Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. Just doing this video to talk about what has transpired during the day in terms of my target, and particularly when I was going to went to go get Ethan from school, my daughter from school, and on the way back. So as you guys see in the previous video, got on the bus, the 49 bus, the local, to go pick up my son, and like I said in the video, you'll see I got on the bus, paid my fare, and the bus driver was like, the last stop is Empire Boulevard. All right. Now, all the time before me going, before that, as I got to the bus stop, there was a police vehicle there. Again, license plate 5021. That was the license plate of the police vehicle. And so I get on the bus, pay my fare, sat down. The bus driver start up to drive. He's like, the last stop is Empire Boulevard. All right. Now all this time he is driving extremely slow, and the reason being because they know that I want to go speak to the dean and Ethan School to talk about these kids that continue to that are bullying my son. Taking his shoes, throwing it out in the hallway, his jacket, throwing it in the hallway, stuff like that, right? And so they wanted to make me late because again, they always play on this late theme. You're late. Always trying to make you late for everything. It just to inconvenience you, right? And anyway, and then it doesn't matter if it's small or big. And again, they're very petty. So, you know, um, so anyway, and again, also trying to keep me on the surveillance 24/7, right? And I'll explain that. So anyway, so I go, so I get there, and of course I had to walk, right? And you saw me walking. I was crossing the street with my daughter, and I just wanted to just do a quick documentation. So as I got off the bus, I look behind me. You'll see that there in the previous video. I mean, the fire truck was a good distance away, but you see the fire truck. I see the fire trucks behind me, lights flashing, everything like that, right? And I said, okay, so see now they're trying to be even more covert with their targeting, right? And so I go get Ethan as we're walking back, and they have these young teenagers staring at him, like in a threatening way and stuff like that. So on my way to the bus stop, I told him, I said, listen, I asked him, I said, did you? Because I told him to tell his teacher about what happened last week. I asked him, he said he forgot. I said, listen, don't let anybody try to bully you into silence. Don't let anybody try to threaten you into silence, particularly when they're trying to bully you. Because this is what the perpetrators do to us as TIs, right? They want us to be quiet. They want us to be silent about what it is that they're doing. Okay, so they're trying to do this, and I believe that they're trying to use the technology to make my son forget, right? So I said I'm gonna remind you again. Talk to your teacher tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm gonna go. That way they can't make me late. You know what I'm saying? That way I'm gonna go early enough. I don't have to pick up Alyssa because she has tutoring. So, I'm gonna go. That way I can speak to the dean. And they knew I was going there today to exactly do that. That's why they have to do delay tactics for whatever it is that they're planning. So when I got there and I was going to go, Ethan was like, "Well, all the security guards had left, so they're not going to let me into the school." I'm like, "Okay, what? All right, fine, whatever." You know what I'm saying? Whatever. There's always tomorrow. That's how I look at it, right? And so on my way back, we get on the bus. A group of teenagers gets on the bus, and young boys, and they started you know, acting a fool again, and so they were like these three young teenage girls walking, and I guess they know them because they were like, don't let them on the bus, don't let them on the bus, whatever, and they're like acting a fool on the bus, and basically there's another young girl, teenage girl, standing where all of them were at. They didn't even care that she was there. They were just roughhousing with each other, knocking her, pushing her, and stuff. And I was about to say something, you know what I'm saying? But she moved because I was about to listen. I was about to say, listen, you guys. There's a young lady here, right? There's a young girl here. Y'all need to cut out the nonsense. But she ended up moving, right? So when she moved, and then like I said, there was three they were like, don't let these girls on the bus, don't let these girls on the bus. I'm looking, I'm like, okay, these three, and then they start, basically cursing and calling them ugly and all this stuff. And I was really, really about to say something to them, right? But it looks like I think they were looking at me and my gestures to see if I was going to say something, and then all of a sudden they just kind of like stopped with the curse and all that stuff, right? And so when they got off, right, when they was getting off the bus, one of them yelled out pedophile. Again, this is the theme that they play. You go to psychologicalharassment.com. They try to play that pedophile theme and trying to use young people to lie and say such and such, right? Because again, this is what they do. This is how they keep us under surveillance by having people lie so that they'll continuously have, uh, you know, um, uh, individual who will lie to continue to keep us under surveillance, right? And again, because we're dealing with a criminal entity, and the fact that they've microchipped you, so they think that they own you, right? And that's the whole thing, right? They think that they own you. So anyway, so when we get back in the apartment, I took off my clothes, and I uploaded the video, and then I put back on the sweater because I didn't want to do this video in my t-shirt. So as I put on the sweater, I hear the police whoop. Very, very subtle, right? Because now they're being very sneaky and very, very, very sneaky, very covertly targeted, right? So again, the color of this sweater is green, and again, every time if I touch something green or have you, it's police sirens and stuff like that. If I, any other color, it'll be like, um, car honking, basically, right? So we know what green represents. Green also represents money, right? So in terms of they're all trying to take away your disability because the fact that you're blowing the whistle on what is that they're doing, they got to retaliate, and they have to retaliate hard, right? They're not going to stop, okay? Because this is the mentality. These are the psychopathic mentality. And so when they try to use some type of pedophile theme, always got to remind you guys. All you got to do is just Google how many police officers have been taken down, arrested because of pedophilia. And trust me, you will see tons upon tons. So when they try to project those things onto you as TIs or onto me as a TI, I just go and I just show them the truth, right? And this is what they don't like. So when I retaliate in that way, this is when they try to shut down my Facebook page. They'll try to they'll hack into my account, so that way I have to go through this process of getting my account back and all this nonsense because of what it. See, they hate it when you fight with the truth, because the truth combat the lies, and they understand this, right? The truth combat the lies, because basically they're based on what it is that they're doing is based on lies. Okay, whether they got you to do something, whatever, that is not your fault. We know that people can be psychologically manipulated into doing things. People can be psychologically manipulated into thinking that they commit crimes. You know what I'm saying? These are all documented facts. So this is why I always put the truth out, and I always put documentation. And I'm going to do a video, which I know, again, they don't want me to do my video in a format that I love to do it. Not this format, but when I'm on the computer, I can pull references and show you guys the source of the information. You guys can go look at yourself. They hate that, because then I'm not just saying this out of my mouth. Okay. So then I walked into Pam's bedroom as I'm about to do this video, and I hear again, whoop, police siren. Very subtle. Okay. She calls me, telling me she leave work early. She's on her way home, what have you, and like I spoke to her earlier because she called me earlier, and I called her. Actually, I didn't call back. She called me, and we got off the phone. She didn't say goodbye or anything like that. So now, because I gotta talk about this, there are times I speak to her, she won't say nothing. When I say, I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you later. We'll have you goodbye. She would not say goodbye or anything like that. And then when she do say it, she say it with the emphasis on goodbye, the emphasis on the word goodbye, right? And it's a goodbye or bye or what have you. So but now she's trying to tone it down, but I still understand what it is that they're doing. Because I spoke to her earlier, she didn't say goodbye, anything like that. She just hung up the phone. Right before even I get a chance to say goodbye, she hung up the phone. It's just like that. And now I just finished speaking to her, and she said goodbye. After we hanged up, after actually she hanged up, guess what? The police sirens. Prior to that, when she got to her car, I guess she pressed on her alarm, and her whole car, the alarm on her car started going off. And she was like, "Oh, sorry, whatever, whatever." But again, it's playing off of the alarm, what they do, you know, with these cars out here when they can't use the police siren, they can't use the fire trucks, what have you. They'll do car alarms, right? They'll set off the car alarms. Okay, and so again, using those themes, you know what I'm saying? Using those sort of themes. So, like I said, yesterday she was wearing all black, and she was just targeting the crap out of me. Doing the she was doing this, or she was like she'll put her hands on her thigh, right, with her finger spaced out, her her pinky finger spaced out like this, right, and I'm just like, what's with all these signals? What for all these hand signals? You know what I'm saying? But this is what they do. It's like the purple side as I was walking with the kids, the previous video prior to this one, and I didn't even get to record it because again I have the kids with me, so I tried to be more focused on them, and so hold on a second. Okay, so yeah, so he did the upside down peace sign, and then the police vehicle drove down, lights flashing. And again, I wasn't recording because I have my kids. So they're very opportunistic when it comes to when to target me, particularly when I expose them in a certain way. Like the video that I uploaded this morning, I guess, I exposed some of the people on there. You know what I'm saying? So now they got to retaliate, right? So trying to call me a pedophile and all this nonsense. First of all, I've never sexually abused any child. Period. Never. No one can say that. All right. Now, earlier in my targeting, they used to use teenagers to try to come and talk to me and stuff like that, and I wouldn't say nothing to them. I talk about time over and over how I used to go to McDonald's to eat if I had lunch, or go to Wendy's sometimes to eat lunch, and they have these teenage girls approach me, want to talk to me. I never said nothing to them, and so what they would do, they would go in the table in front of me, and they would literally like bend over on the table. And I'm just like, what is wrong with these people? Because again, I didn't quite understand what was going on, but they play on these themes again, and you can read about these sort of themes on psychologicalharassment.com that talks about this stuff, how they play on these themes, right? You're crazy, you're a pedophile, you're this and that, because again, they've conditioned people to have a strong reaction to those things. But guess what? When you look around, and all you got to do is Google in the United States about child marriages. Just Google it. Google child marriages, and you'll see who the real pedophiles are. Okay? So when they try to play those games, like I said, I just expose them with the truth. Right? I don't gotta say anything, in terms of I don't gotta defend myself on these things, because that's not me. But that's who they are. That is who they are. And ask yourself this as a TI: how is it that they getting these young teenagers to participate in targeting? How is it, right? How do they get them? One, through the churches. Two, the use of the authoritative position that a lot of these people who attend churches have, those within law enforcement, right? So you understand that they have the ability to abuse children in many ways. And we see it within the churches time and time again, where you have pastors, preachers, molesting young boys and girls, raping young boys and girls within the churches. So again, when they try to say use these themes and these lies, you have the truth. We as TIs, we have the truth, okay? And everyone has the truth. So all they got to do is just Google it. Google it, okay? If you want to go to Google, use another search site, right? And you'll see. So again, when they try to use these themes, it is basically trying to, they understand how they condition people, right? And like I said, no one is upset about child marriages in the United States. You'll see, what all these presidents before get on TV and say, all these other countries that are allowing grown men to marry little girls, stuff like that, and blah blah blah. But at the same time, they're doing the same shit here in the United States. And New York just passed a law, okay, in October, banning child marriages. So it was legal to marry a child in New York, the state that I live in, and it's a fucking liberal state, right? A so-called democratic liberal state. Okay. So again, don't let these words that they try to use to demonize you, you know what I'm saying? It's who they are, and they have to try to put their reflection onto you, because again, we are the distraction, right? We are the people that they set others against. Meanwhile, they're the perpetrators of these architect of these perpetrators, architect of these programs. Okay, are the ones who are the pedophiles. They are the murderers. They are the rapists. Okay, that's who they are. They are the dark triad personality types, right? Machiavellian personality types. That's who they are. So again, understand, your power is the truth. Okay, and as much as they may try to delete stuff off of the internet, guess what? The internet is being archived each and every day. You have different sites that archive information, and you can go to those sites and you can find the same information that they deleted, right? So, you know, they can continue to get people to lie, what have you. We listen. We know that the snitch program is not about people who are telling the truth. We know that. The FBI pays millions of dollars, multi-million dollars in payment each year to snitches that lies. And even when they know that the snitch lie, they still use them. Why? Because they don't care nothing about the truth. They care about their truth, their make-believe truth, and the lies that they put out there, and the lies that they can get somebody to tell against another person, right? And that person will tell those lies because guess what? They're making 6 and 7 figures yearly, right? So, like I said, they can spread their lies, and I'll continue to spread the truth. Simple as that.